Morning, everyone. Happy, easy like Sunday morning. We're on 5. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, as far as Gladhand covers or just handles. So this one, my bad, I didn't remove them at all. That's why it kind of looks like a mess. But anyway, this brain right here, I can't even think of the particular brain. Yeah, it was my bad because I need to unscrew them all. Is that it doesn't always fit, especially with this, for just the way this is on dirty fingernails, is that it doesn't fit all the way, especially when you try squeezing it, depending upon how this part actually fits up top, because it needs to fit up top. I came across, I remember I used these when I first started tech training. These work, because it's a lot easier to use. There we go, part number, sticker code, right there. It's probably made in China, that's okay. No hose shave, no shader, which is true. And that's what this one is. I think the way looking at it, you could usually tell which is the tap of the bottom. This is the tap because you could tell down there. These are, well, no, actually this is where this would attach to her. So I just want to show how this is actually the more superior brand. See, the way that I have it up her already. It didn't pan out when I tried the red one because it didn't fit up top for whatever odd reason. So that's how you can tell the difference between the tap and the bottom. Obviously, you see the rivets right here. That's where it would fit up her. So let me go ahead and make the switch out. This one's a lot easier to work with because you're only dealing with 4 screws and they're a lot easier to use rather than the 6 here, her. So let me go ahead and make the swap out. Just to kind of give you a show, these screws right here for these ones are pretty weak and flimsy, as opposed to new ones that look bigger and sturdier, at least up top of the head. These ones are pretty rusted up after a few months of use. You'll notice the difference between her and the new ones is that these ones don't have the snape on, so you have to squeeze it on. This one you could at least snape on, which I'll show you in a second how this works. I think I have it right here. I just put it up top, almost way up top, not the head of it right there, but it should be enough to cover the rust down there. At least, if this don't work, I can always move it down, keep moving down per the rivet. I think when you're fitting this one, because there's only 2, I don't know, it's hard for me to show you, but the 2, see that, the 2, I don't know what you call it, the rivets are in there, kind of like the gaps of the, I think because it only goes 2, and then below the second one, you have all the room. It didn't fit up top right there, so I had to move it to where, I guess, the little gape there, you see that, the little gape? It covers this and the second, and then everything else underneath has a lot of leeway, so I think I could squeeze it that way, if that makes sense how I described it. I'm going to put the self where I grab it. It's like this, that way, instead of having this gape onto where my fingers are like this, I'm just going to put it to where it splits down the middle on the side. That way, every time I grab it, my dirty fingernail, the fingers will just grab it. So let's see if this works. I think an easy way I can find out is to see whether or not that gap lines up with that crease. So I'm going to try to put it in there. You should hear a snape as soon as I go through, if I can make it happen. See, when doing this, you want to make sure that little clamper thing is in the hole. You don't want that thing snaping off. It's hard for me to describe it. See that? It's got to be in the hole. It's in the hole. Looks like I kind of got it. I just got to grab it up top here. I may have to put the camera down. Then show you the after result. I want to put it into position to where you can at least hear it to see whether or not it'll go through. Just got to squeeze it, and it should just clamp right there, like that. There you go. The clamp works on both sides. It looks like it has. And the screws on this are really accommodating. As I said, they're much bigger. See, I just put that up to the old ones. Look at that. Yeah, there it is right there. You can tell the difference. Obviously, it's a lot bigger, a lot more accommodating for me to screw down. Oops. See with that. These ones were kind of small. It's easy to strip too. So again, unlike these ones where there's 6, this one only has 4, one up top, one on the bottom. So it's pretty routine. Just got to screw them in. Yeah. So there's the end result right there. I want to make sure that the gap right there is fit properly. It's snapped. That's why you have the middle snape in there. So right there's a gape down there. So there you go. There you have it. This is actually the service brake, not the see, I already attached this one already. That's the emergency brake. So there you go. There you have it. And so big ups to take train brain right there.